Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2. We are watching StarSeries. It is Season 7. It is day number 6. And we have ourselves VirtusPro taking on Power Rangers. Power Rangers, yesterday we saw them already. They weren't looking too good, but that was because they had internet issues. Hopefully for today they don't have that anymore. VirtusPro, we're gonna see if they are indeed, as they are assumed, the favorite of this matchup, if they are indeed able to take it as well. Of course, with me is Kanaz, my co-caster. Kanaz, welcome back.
Good to be back.
So VirtusPro, Power Rangers. I can ask you what you think of this matchup, but I think I know. What do you think of Abaddon IO though?
I'm not particularly surprised by those two picks, I guess, is what I would say I think about them. VP have been showing a lot of Abaddon, and I think that's a hero that they really like, and they're going to continue picking very early on the draft whenever possible. The fact that IO makes it through is somewhat surprising, but Batrider did as well, so it looks like both teams were just content to kind of trade those two heroes and see where it went from there. I don't know that Abaddon and IO work particularly well together, I guess.
You're right. I've seen Abaddon in different situations. I like him. I think so far I like him most on a dual lane, 2-1-2. I've seen it work, and I kind of like that it's Abaddon is making it possible for teams to do that again. And with an IO there, it could definitely work out. With having a safe dual lane with an IO there, and having an aggressive kind of dual lane with maybe Marana and Abaddon, it works out. And it's a combination that we have seen before as well. We have got Batrider also not removed from the pool. Apparently, nobody really favors, or at least these two teams don't really favor banning out Batrider or IO, but still, of course, highly favored picks. But it was a Weaver, a Visage, an Odin, and an Alchemist that were banned out first, and now a Spirit Breaker removed from the pool, as well as a Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight is to be expected, though. I mean, you already have the IO there. You don't really want to give away the strong, or one of the stronger combinations there. The same thing goes for the Ursa Warrior, in which case we might be seeing a Lifestealer coming off from Power Rangers, as Ursa is one of the heroes that can actually counter Lifestealer face to face, literally. And well, maybe we're gonna see a Centaur ban. We have a lot of powerhouses banned out, as in strong strength heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm really surprised to see this.
As well.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. These bans are all over the place. Like, Ursa is not a hero that we see banned out really at all ever. Maybe you're right, they're thinking about the Nate's pick and they don't want to deal with the high physical burst. Or maybe they're just thinking, well, that Ursa was a hero we saw get played with the Wisp IO and during the international, and maybe they just don't want to deal with that. I don't know what we'll end up seeing as the pair for IO in this particular game. Darkseer, though, pretty obvious that he'll end up in the off lane.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to think about it, because I like to have the dual lanes, and this is gonna be basically just saying nope, no dual lanes, safe trial lane, boring safe trial lane. Not really VirtusPro style. Normally a little bit more aggressive, perhaps.
They could still run like an IO combination in the mid lane very easily. They could go 1-2-2, I guess, instead of the solo in the mid, and just let Darkseer solo off lane.
That could be. There's still hope. There's still hope.
Still hope.
We'll see if they go for that one. Power Rangers, they have the ball in their court right now. I mean, so far we already said like a lot of strength heroes and carries, etc. banned out, but no supports banned out, which means that Power Rangers basically have free reign in what they want to pick up, knowing that VirtusPro doesn't need any supports anymore. Oh god. Well, we're gonna have Dark Tree up against Green Tree. Dark Tree, of course, Abaddon, and Green Tree, the actually Trainer Protector. Which one will be more annoying, the shields or the living armor? I don't know. And I don't know if I actually like it or not. I will come to a decision when I see the teams play, and I hope it's going to be aggressive. I mean, that's the thing, right? You can play either very aggressive because you know you can dive because you have shields and stuff, or you can play very passive because you know you're not going to die anyway.
Yeah, they have those kind of two options on what they can go for. We'll see exactly what the plan is. You're right, they can go aggressive with this. I don't know if they're going to... Power Rangers probably aren't going to be going very aggressive with anti-mage pick. You kind of want to let him farm at least for quite some time before you get involved with anti-mage. He doesn't really do anything early on in the game. Whereas VP, they still have the option to make theirs go aggressive, and Gyrocopter is the sort of carry that can go aggressive very early.
Yeah, and with an IO, definitely pretty scary as well. I mean, you don't really have a typical IO combination. Actually, I think Gyrocopter can be classed lately as a typical IO combination. It allows Gyrocopter to still farm and relocate into the fight when a fight happens, and because of Gyrocopter and the way it works, I mean, one flag cannon and rocket barrage, there's a lot of burst damage coming out from the Gyrocopter, and by the time that he's cast all his spells, he'll be relocated back, and by the time all the damage should have been done, so he'll leave others to clean up, or maybe he's already cleaned it up himself, but he'll be back to farming within no time.
Yeah, definitely, and that looks like it's probably what their plan is with these particular pickups. We'll see if that is going to end up being the case, but IO Gyrocopter, it's pretty good. It's not the sort of wombo combo that you can get with something like Chaos Knight, where it's an instant stun, but because you want to be next to them anyways for the Rocket Barrage, you can often just kind of hit them with the tether anyways, and he is a pretty fast hero.
That he is. We have got Power Rangers ticking into their bonus time. Still, both teams have got a little under a minute left though, so no real rush just yet. Hey, that's a hero that we haven't seen in ages. I love it. I'm not real sure how it's going to work together with Power Rangers lineup, because so far they don't really have that many solid disables. I mean, Lasso is one. You can Split Earth the target, it's going to get Lasso, but Split Earth is of course one of the more tricky stuns to land, especially early level, because the radius is so small. But I love it. Who knows, maybe we're gonna see an old school Sand King Leshrek lane, or Sven Leshrek lane. That would be nice. But, I mean, yeah, let's see.
I don't know what they're gonna pick. If they're using Treant as a support,
Leshrek solo mid.
That's possible. They could run that. It's not something we see a lot of anymore, but it used to be, I guess, not even necessarily that common, but it was a thing that did happen from time to time.
Yeah, it was
not
pretty
super
common. About a year ago. More than a year ago, before TI2.
I don't know if I'd say it was common, but it did happen.
Yeah, it happened.
I don't think it was like frequently happening, like it was the norm, but it did happen from time to time. Well, maybe they'll go for it. I don't know if I love it, but it could happen. It could work here. They already have the Bat Rider. Maybe they'll send him off lane, and then just the Leshrek. I don't know. It's kind of strange if they go that route, but it could work. And it may be what their plan is with these particular heroes. Otherwise, I'm not seeing why the Leshrek was a particularly good pick.
Well, VirtusPro ban out a Naga Siren, and maybe we can take something away from that one. Like, are they expecting Leshrek to be mid and then ban out a support Naga Siren? Would be awkward to have a Naga Siren support with a Treant and an anti-mage, considering there's... I mean, that would be a 3 melee lane. And it's like... not that ideal. Maybe they're banning out Naga Siren because they were expecting him maybe to be mid or off lane or dual lanes. I mean, a snare on top of the Split Earth, of course, is really strong, or vice versa, of course, and then a D-Treant off lane, Bat Rider mid, it could work. But we'll see. We have got VirtusPro first, and they are missing their mid laner, or at least a mid laner that we are assuming is going to be missing so far, because, I mean, in theory, we already talked about it, IO and something else can be mid as well.
Yeah, they have a lot of options for what they can go for here, and we'll be able to sort of guess what their lanes are going to look like with this last pick. Assuming it's something traditional and they're not doing something way out of left field, but with Go Black drafting, you never know. Yeah, puck pick. It looks like they're just going to run the tri-lane.
Yeah, gonna be standard Dota. Coming off from Goblak, I mean, it is a Goblak draft. Goblak is the one to, so far for us, I think, has run the Centaur most of all, and most successful of all as well, most entertaining of all for sure. But he's not banned nor picked here, and we have got, well, I guess Abaddon and or Badon and Io are kind of okay as duo support in terms of unconventional supports. It's like basically saying how unconventional Goblak actually is with this draft, which is not really that unconventional, which is something that may be slightly disappointing for some people, but we'll see. I think at least Power Rangers is delivering. One thing that I talked about yesterday for sure, like I mentioned it, Power Rangers also in the season before this one. Power Rangers is a team that no matter if they win or lose, they normally deliver an entertaining game of Dota. Yesterday was an exception. Unfortunately, they had internet issues, and I mean it was kind of terrible. So don't watch the VOD for that one. But I'm thinking this one could definitely be a good one. I mean, in Leshrek, I'm happy. It's not that spectacular of a hero, but it's a newish hero still. We haven't seen him in ages. I haven't seen him in ages.
Yeah, definitely he's not commonly picked. So I don't know what Power Rangers are doing with this now. They're thinking about it as well, but they're out of time Shadow Fiend, okay. So it looks like that'll probably be who they run in the mid lane, and they're just going to run the two supports, Leshrac and Treant.
Yep.
It's going to be tough to hit those Leshrac stuns. You don't really have any setup. Leech Seed's not really ideal.
To be honest, both teams are kind of poor in terms of disables. I mean, Io has a tether, and there's a home missile, Dream Coil. That's it. Right?
Yeah, that's it. And the other side has the lasso, like the ult from Treant, which is not really a stun so much as just a immobilize, and finally the Leshrac. So there's a little bit more in Power Rangers, I'd say. It's not a lot more.
Yeah, it's
It's definitely not like these games where you see like Rubik into Lena or something, and you just have tons of stuns all over the place. Alchemist carry, he has a stun.
You're slightly lagging on my end. Or on your end or on my end. I don't know if it's me or you, actually, at the moment.
Oh,
Right, you're back
looks
again.
like my
Yeah.
okay. I was saying it looks like my internet's fine. I could reconnect it to the call if you think that'd help.
No, it's fine. You're not sounding like a robot or anything like that. You just dropped out for a second there.
Oh, okay. Well, something weird happened, and it happens sometimes. We're gonna have a pause because ZXC was disconnected, like the entire time of the draft. So hopefully something that serious is wrong.
Yeah, you can hopefully just... Oh, there we go. Talking about the devil. He's just back already. We have got ourselves on the side of Power Rangers. They are the Radiant team for this game. We've got Cheshire Cat. He'll be playing the Bat Rider. We have Shnishka playing the Tree Protector. Moon will be on the Anti-Mage. J4 on the Leshrac. And then we'll leave the Shadow Fiend for, indeed, ZXC, who just reconnected back in. So that will be his mid lane. I think we're going to see, indeed, like I said already, a pretty standard laning combination here with Bat Rider off lane, try a lane with a tree, Leshrac. I guess standard is not really the case when you have a Leshrac and a tree, but I mean, in terms of lanes, it will be pretty boring, I would assume.
Yep, and for VP on the dire side, we're gonna have Resolution the Gyrocopter, and Goblok on the Abaddon. G is going to be playing the Puck, Light of Heaven on the Darkseer, and finally NS on the IO.
Yes, and that's going to be on, of course, the dire side. You're watching StarSeries. And it is day number 6. It is game number 2 of day number 6 as well. And it is game number 2 that we see from VirtusPro, I think, in the season. Let's see if they get themselves another win. So far they have 1 win and 0 losses to their name, while Power Rangers is vice versa, 0 wins and 1 loss. So they could put themselves on even here, or they could be either further behind or further ahead. As apparently my video is not really accepting my stream. I'm just gonna refresh the stream real fast. I'll be back in a second as see if that fixes it. Get a different server from Twitch. And so far so good. Awesome.
Good, better.
Better, though not exactly that much better apparently.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, it's the same issues that I've had. I thought it was fixed last Monday, but, well, apparently today it's back. I have got, by the way, no real... Well, actually, maybe we're still gonna have to dual lanes. Look at that. They are still obliging. Dual lanes. Or here with Goblok Light of Heaven. Goblok on the Abaddon. I like it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how long Goblok going to be on the Abaddon if he, down here. If he's just going to help Light of Heaven get maybe level 2 to make sure he's able to stay in lane. I don't know that this lane does anything if they're just going to like hang out here forever. I guess it pushes really hard with the Ion Shell and the shield.
Yeah, it's really annoying to actually get a kill in here if you are on the side of Moon, if you have it, you need to get a trail lane. And it's actually kind of annoying as well. Light of Heaven can just stand here and harass Moon with his Ion Shells and not really worry about dying at all, because he'll get shields, and those will even harass Darkseer more if they try to force him away, or Darkseer, I mean Anti-Mage more. And I think Moon is going to be having a bit of a tough time here on this bottom lane for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be somewhat difficult for him to really farm, and Treant is not really going to be available to help out that much in this lane, so we'll see what ends up happening with it if he's able to get good farm as Anti-Mage, even with all the Iron Shell and shield harass.
And what do you think about this mid lane, by the way, with the Puck up against the Shadow Fiend? who is gonna be able to get ahead if he is indeed gonna be profiting from the living armor. I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, there's a tree that can living armor all over the map, and Baden, of course, only can armor on his lane. That's the biggest difference that we're gonna see right now.
Yeah, it's normally this lane should go pretty heavily in favor of Puck, especially as the levels start coming out. Shadow Fiend's not particularly great at fighting off the Puck, but with that living armor, the harass from Puck just really doesn't do anything. So ZXC should be able to have a pretty big advantage, and once you start getting a lot of last hits early on, it's very easy to snowball with Shadow Fiend.
It is indeed. We'll see if he gets himself some good early starts. Seems like I still might be having some issues here. I don't know really what's the cause. I'm gonna assume it's Twitch once again, unfortunately. So please, if you're watching and you have got indeed issues, just send a ticket, as in click the wrench, send a ticket, say that you have issues, as the first blood is missed by me because I'm an ass. And Lashrak is able to take Abaddon down, and that means that Goblak, I mean, he wasn't able to save himself. He did pick up the shield, but not able to make it work for him.
Yeah, they do get that first blood, but it's... I'm still not sure what this lane is really going to do. Abaddon's going to stay here. I understand that they're like trying to press the anti-mage as much as possible, just... I don't think it's going to work out the way they really want to. Moon is going to use a lot of regen, and they can eventually start putting living armor on him. Maybe that's the plan, is they want living armor to go on Moon so it's not helping out Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
But it's already helping mid, and he's already getting that advantage.
Yeah, and of course, once DXE has got those souls up, which by the way he's got 15, so he's doing okay, he will be able to last it just as hard, and he doesn't really need that living armor just that much anymore because he's just pretty scary on his own, even without the living armor. So let's see if Moon is going to be able to use it. He also, I mean, he's got 1k gold. He could pick up the Ring of Health to keep him safe from now on, and to help him regen a little bit more and be extra safe up against Light of Heaven. Perhaps his Tranquils that he still wants, but he actually picks up the Ring of Health, so that's going to be that.
Yep, it's going to go okay for him now that he does have that Ring of Health and Tranquil's picked up. Or if he goes for Tranquils once he goes that route. You gotta imagine he's with this lane being the way it is, how much harass he's taking. So Moon's doing okay. He did get that first blood, or I guess Leshrac got the last hit, but it's still really good for them down in this bottom lane, and they're not losing a ton really anywhere else. Jarvis, of course, is getting free farm up in the top lane.
Yeah.
Not really something you want to do, but...
Oh, Split Earth hit on Godlike again. Leechy there as well. Godlike does put a shield up. It is enough to get him inside the tree line, and he'll get himself out. I am going to call you back, by the way, because it seems like it's slightly stuttering. So, I'm calling you back right now.
Okay.
And there we are again. Let's see if this is better.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, better?
It is better, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, Skype sometimes went weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything's going pretty okay for both sides right now. VP gave up first blood, but I think they're getting a little bit of the advantage in terms of just who's getting the farm in the top lane. Mid lane was pretty heavily in favor of Power Rangers.
Yeah, we are also having, of course, I mean, Batrider is doing okay in the jungle as it goes, but Darkseer also rotated into the jungle, so we'll get some solid farm up there. So far I would still indeed call it, well, fairly even apart from first blood, so Goldcraft is going to be 1k in favor of Power Rangers purely because of that first blood. Mid lane is going to determine a lot for the rest of the game. If ZXC is able to keep ahead here and keep his head cool. So far he's 4 last hits ahead. Has got 16 denies though, and G only has 6 denies, so that's a big difference there.
Yeah, it's, like I said, once Shadow Fiend starts getting ahead, he'll just continue getting ahead until someone is able to land some sort of gank on ZXC. It's going to be for Puck to really do that much with all that living armor.
And more living armor coming out right now. ZXC, he is just pretty scary right now with treads. G has got the bottle, and I mean, he has to be careful because a couple of well-placed raises and of course one phase shift that is just baited out. And G is going to be in a lot of trouble. He's level 5 so far with Shadow Fiend level 6. Luckily for G, Shadow Fiend level 6 doesn't really matter that much as his own level 6, so he will be able to live for a little while longer as we do have a bit of a rotation incoming. And Ness level 3 right now, able to land some spirits, forcing out another living armor if 3 will spare it to him. Maybe he's gonna spare it on this bottom lane though, because the tower is getting pushed here.
They're gonna go for this tower push, and they do have Leshrac. That's kind of the biggest impact of having this hero as a support. Edict is very, very good at pushing towers, especially early on in the game. Somewhat hard, usually, to get those towers down quickly. Edict is just a great spell to have.
Yeah, it's only level 1, but indeed, it does make a difference. There is still a fortification though, and they're able just to wait with that. I mean, you don't want to have your fortification down once J4 pops his edict. You want to have it there, as we have got a gank going on ZXC. The razes go through. The Tether Stun is there. Is it gonna be enough? It is gonna be enough. They do take down the Shadow Demon. NS, one hit away from dying, will get taken down by IO, by Leshrac, because IO indeed was NS. That was the one that dropped. So at least they get something in return. But still, pretty nice gank coming off there from VirtusPro.
Yeah, that's a really sort of obvious and necessary. You know that's where they're going to go, is they need to get Shadow Fiend killed in the mid lane. In the meantime, though, it does let BP get that tower top.
Yeah, free gold for Resolution, who is highest on last hits, highest on net worth now also with the tower last hit. And even higher than Moon, who's been free farming as well. Moon, though, he will be able to be flesh farming soon. And when he is, he's going to be getting ahead of the Gyrocopter. But as you already pointed out in the draft, Gyrocopter will be ready to fight earlier than the Anti-Mage, regardless of the amount of farm that Anti-Mage has. So that's pretty scary for Power Rangers, perhaps, to be having soon. On the bright side, the supports of VirtusPro might not be leveling as fast. And I mean mostly Abaddon, because he's still level 3. While both of the supports of Power Ranger are both level 5. Same level, by the way, as the IO is.
Yeah, I think it's just mostly due to the fact that Goblik tried to go to that bottom lane and wasn't really able to get anything down there. I'm still kind of confused. I understand like that they want to run these dual lanes with Abaddon, but it didn't work out, and now Goblik's pretty far behind.
And he can't really find a way to get back up, or perhaps he can try to help out here. The thing about Abaddon is that he should, in theory, be strong earlier on in the game as a support, but later on he'll fall off the map, because he can only basically throw out his heal and his shield, and then he backs off, throwing out heal, shield, back off, etc. And the later the game goes, the less his shield will do, because it doesn't really scale that well, or it doesn't really scale at all, actually. So not that ideal for VirtusPro to be having a Abaddon that's already behind to begin with. But perhaps they can still pull it straight once Puck starts to get in his Blink Dagger online, once IO starts to be level 6, as we have got a Tether up on ZXC, already got Living Armor to try and helping out. The Tether Stun will still be there though. Orb will fly, in comes maybe some more heals, and Leech Seed helping out, and it is enough. ZXC will live while IO dies. In comes a Split Earth up on G. The Edict there as well. There is going to be another Orb for G though. He should be able to get himself out just safe. And there it is indeed, as the Blink Dagger comes online for the Bat Rider, and that is going to be nice going for Power Rangers here.
Yeah, they're able to get that kill and save their Shadow Fiend, so Power Rangers looking pretty good. The longer the Shadow Fiend survives and is able to continue getting farm, if he gets his BKB up, he can put a lot of pressure on the map, even though Anti-Mage takes a lot longer.
Yeah, Anti-Mage, who is still, I mean, he's still farming very, very well. I mean, okay, he comes online later, but he's still doing really well. We have the Gyrocopter starting to build towards his BKB. Will be his first big item, as he is already able to buy a Mint Remember if he wants it. We've got IO still level 5. I mean, he now died twice in a row. Not really that ideal, but he'll get level 6 soon, especially if he's able to take all these camps. We're bringing him a lot closer, although he has to share the experience with Light of Heaven there. But definitely something to watch out for there.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say who's at the advantage at the moment. It's very, very close, all things considered. The kill score is in favor of PR by 2, but farm is pretty much dead even. PP got a little bit of an advantage up in the top.
Oh, Blink Lasso, Light of Heaven! You're dead! Killing spree for J4. Leshrac. 3-0-0. He's just only had assist so far. Only had like last assist so far, no assist for him.
Yep, Leshrac securing all of the kills this game with his Lightning Storm. So it's been going well. for him. Hopefully he can continue getting those kills, but that's another tower down for Power Rangers, and they get another kill out of it as well.
Dire's bottom tower
I
is
don't know,
under
things are
attack.
looking pretty good for them. They need to keep this going, though, and create that space for Anti-Mage so that he can get his Battle Fury and then his Manta Style and start really flash farming and getting very big.
Yeah, look at Moon farming here. He is so confident they can actually stay alive. He already saw that there were 2 heroes taking down some ancients. And you know, where there's 2, there's probably more coming around the corner if need be. And Moon, he was just able to still stand so high up on that bottom lane purely because he knows that the only one that can really stop him, oh wait a second, relocate on the top lane. They want to go for Cheshire Cat. The silence is already there, the tether as well. It looks like he's trying to TP out and he will make it. Oh my god, he makes it. He gets himself home safe. And at the same point, the Battle Fury ready up on Moon. And that's gonna be, again, a good engagement for Power Ranger. Or at least not really an engagement for Power Ranger, but at least not lost for Power Ranger. Perhaps even
Radiant's middle tower
good,
is
as
under
DXC is now chasing down GG. Has his orb on cooldown. There will be J4 as well. The silence is there, but right clicks are still powerful. Here comes the overgrowth and a kill. And that's gonna be a kill for Power Rangers. That is definitely worth it, because I was gonna say that Moon, basically the only one that he has to worry about is the Puck, because he can silence Moon so that he can't blink out.
Yeah, if they get those kills on Anti-Mage, it could be very bad, but if Puck is behind and he's getting
Dire's
picked off a
top
lot,
tower is up.
it's going to be hard for him to really gank that Anti-Mage, just because he'll start to get high in levels and have some tankiness just by sheer virtue of having levels. But they are going to go and push that top tower now. I feel like maybe G should have seen that coming up in the top lane. That was the last tier 1 remaining on the map.
Dire's top
Seems
tower
like an
is
obvious
under
target.
attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, tier 1 tower indeed. No more. VirtusPro a bit behind. They still have a Gyrocopter with quite some carry potential. I'm kind of worried about the Abaddon because he doesn't really have that much impact late game, so I'm not sure if they would, like, if we count this matchup late game versus late game, I would still give it to Power Rangers, so Power Rangers already being ahead in a stage where I was expecting VirtusPro to maybe be a little bit more dominant, then that's quite risky. But how do you see it in terms of late game? How does VirtusPro get back into this one?
Well, late game they don't necessarily lose just by virtue of their heroes. They can still do a lot of work with Gyrocopter, and Puck is also pretty okay as the game goes on, especially against stuff like
Radiant's middle
Scythe, but
tower is
they
under
just failed to
attack.
gank on Cheshire Cat on the Batrider, and now they might get into a team fight that I don't know that they can win.
Power Rangers still hanging around here. They don't have an anti-mage. It would be 4 and 5 if they choose to fight. There is no BKB ready yet on the Gyrocopter, of course. That would be a game changer if they had that.
Dire's
But actually
bottom
Gyro
tower
is going
is
bottom
under
because they
attack.
can't really deal with an anti-mage that's already hitting on tier 3s while waiting around, seeing if Power Rangers actually makes a go in the top lane.
Yeah, it's Power Rangers are just keeping the pressure on. They don't even necessarily need to commit to a fight here. With the Dream Coil on cooldown from VP, it's hard for them to really stop Power Rangers from just running backwards. And as a result, Power Rangers can kind of just posture up here, not really doing anything but farming the Dire Jungle repeatedly, and that creates the space Anti-Mage wants.
Yeah, Puck still without a blink dagger, and he is so far away from it. Look at his inventory. I mean, he's got treads. And I mean, he only died once. It's not even that bad. But he's just been forced to move around so much without really any result. And I mean, they've tried, for sure. But it's just not been able to work out at all. And I'm worried for VirtusPro. I am very worried indeed. We have got actually Vlad's being built up by Anti-Mage. It's an awkward choice in terms of, you know, it's not really something that you want to go for if you're trying to have a farming battle with the Gyrocopter, but considering they're so far ahead, he feels comfortable enough to just get some more sustain, and probably therefore wanting to join the fight already when he has his Vlads. Say, hey guys, I want to be part of the fun.
Yeah, Vlad's is actually a really good farming item. It's not that good for fighting is the problem. You really need that Manta style to start split pushing and get involved in fights. If you just get a Vlad's, you can kind of flash farm blinking in and out of the jungle indefinitely, because you do have that little bit of lifesteal. It's probably a sign that they're going to try and take this pretty late, if he's going the Vlad's build.
So,
He can all... Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's
kills
a
bit.
blink. I mean, that blink lasso.
Dire's
Vacuum of
bottom
Souls. I don't even know why his DXC popped his BKB. I mean, it was just maybe a display of power, you know. I got one, you don't. In your face, huh? But it was clear kill.
Yeah, so they do get that kill. It's on the carry as well, so Gyrocopter Resolution's not farming right now, and it's a pretty big advantage for Power Rangers that's starting to accumulate here. Gold is approaching 10k very quickly, and VP just really haven't felt like they have a solution for this.
Not yet anyway. They just need more time, and that's scary because the more time they need, the more time Antimate gets. And Antimate's already pretty scary. I mean, once again, he's hitting on a tier 3 tower. Nobody around VirtusPro here to defend it. They do have a fortification, and actually now a Gyrocopter comes to defend. But if it's one thing that you don't want, it's your Gyrocopter, the one that you want to have farming, to be forced to defend a lane where he's not going to get that much farm out of because he's up against an Anti-Mage that he has to be actually fairly careful about. Ooh, maybe Moon has to be careful though. Tethersun is there, the blink away is there as well. They should be able to get himself out. Home Missile still chasing him down perhaps. Nope. Not even there. Resolution just wants to farm.
ZXC just bought a Mask of Madness.
Oh. You were talking
That's-
about late game? I think that ZXC thinks something else.
That's aggressive. That's real aggressive. Moon just gets killed by Gyrocopter trying to farm the Ancients.
This time Moon is not able to blink away in time, it looks like. Unfortunately for him. Smoke up for them straight away as well. Looks to be going mid as fast as possible, maybe coming on from the side, or maybe farming down in the Radiant Zone. Pretty big pickup for VirtusPro to pick up Moon, of course. I mean, shutting him down is definitely a way of saying that they're still in the game. They're gonna try to take down a tier 1 tower mid here. Let's see if Power Rangers chooses to defend, even though they don't really have any way. Oh, Dream Coil missed. That might be a go in for Power Rangers. We already have ZXC looking for something, looking for raises, looking for targets. VirtusPro getting forced back. And that's gonna be no tier 1 tower. And it will be healed up again as well for the damage that they did manage to do.
G is consistently missing these Dream Coils, and it's been pretty bad. Every time they miss one, the team fight for VP just becomes pretty much terrible, and Power Rangers are constantly pushing the advantage when they see the Dream Coil miss, so he really needs to kind of step it up and grab these, or maybe just wait for having to try and get a big vacuum and he can Dream Coil everyone. Can't afford to keep missing.
No, I mean, if we're talking about ways to get back into the fight, that perfect team fight that they can have is definitely one of them. Cold out into flat cannon, into vacuum, ion shells, Dream Coil, definitely something that you have to have there as well as a Waning Rift. So they need that to be on point. So one of the ways to shut down Moon, of course, trying to slow him down, trying to silence him up before he can blink away.
Yeah, and he's just continuing to farm, kind of expecting Man Style to be his next up. Pretty common for item to get early on in damage, but he's just gonna move around and farm. No one's, they should have, but they got that kill on him because he was farming the dungeons kind of at low HP. But other than that, he's been left alone for the majority of this game.
Yeah. He has. I'm still having some issues, by the way, with Twitch apparently, so I'm trying to fix that in the meantime as well a little bit. Look at that! G! Oh, G, you have a blink dagger. Well, that's a 19-minute blink dagger. It's not even, I mean, it's not even that bad, I guess. Not good.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's definitely not good, especially considering Batrider Cheshire Cat already has blink and force on the Batrider.
Yeah, talking about that, he has a haste rune as well. And he is looking for blood, looking to drag someone towards his team. If he finds someone, well, VirtusPro actually, they're looking for blood. Blink forward, Dream Coil up on 2, he comes to BKB for ZXC, and that's gonna be Requiem of Souls. BKB turned on a little bit too late by Resolution as the tree still goes down. In comes the last 2, J4 will get dropped. Nice Dark Seer Wall, but it is the Gyrocopter that ends up going down. Anti-Mage actually disconnects from the game and is walking his way back towards the base through a tier 2 tower. Not really ideal as ZXC still silenced up, in some trouble, will get picked off here. There we go, that's a kill for Abaddon, and that's extra 500 gold as, well, they micro Moon to farm again to go back to the bottom lane. That might actually be, might have been a tier 3 tower if Anti-Mage was actually there.
Yeah, it's a really unfortunate time to disconnect. He started walking back, I think he was walking mid, otherwise he would have a path he did towards the tier 2 tower mid, but no matter what, it's really for him to just disconnect right there. Even if he either he's going to get involved in the fight or he's going to split push, either way, now he's not doing anything.
Yeah. Just don't know what could be the issue. So annoying.
Still dropping frames?
Yep.
Yeah. I know that feeling.
No reason for it either. I mean, it's just, you know, there's just no reason. Don't have anything open that shouldn't be open. Not downloading. Apparently, the chat has decided that I have packet loss, and that it's on my ISP's end. But then, why does it allow me to stream without delay just fine? No frames dropped, and with delay, this.
Yeah, if it's only when you're using delay, then it's probably the delay servers.
Yeah, that's what I
either
thought.
the XSplit or the Twitch one.
I'm using the Twitch one.
Yeah, I don't know. Twitch has problems sometimes, so it could be that. It's hard to tell. There's so many different points along the line that can be the issue.
So many factors. I've actually been a little bit in contact of Twitch, but they've only replied once, and then they didn't reply to me ever again, because apparently they are, I don't know, they're just awkward in that. That they don't reply to stuff. There we go. Told them again. We still wait for the Antimates to reconnect back into the game, as we see that VirtusPro is sitting at about 8k in favor of this game in terms of gold. Looking pretty solid so far, even though of course VirtusPro just took a pretty big fight. Well, it was 4 on 5 though. I mean, we have to take that into consideration because Antimage wasn't there. We have 4k experience in their favor. I mean, it's still all pretty, pretty 4k, 8k, one big team fight, and VirtusPro can get back into this if they get it. Right?
Yeah, it's still a very close game, and any sort of big team fight one can pull them back in. Even this big fight is going to pull it down towards closer to even than it was before, so it's anyone's game still. You can't say it's just over because Power Rangers had such a good start.
I don't hear you that well anymore. I'm gonna call you back again because you're still stuttering, or maybe that's on my end again, or on Twitch's end. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna call you back. There we go. Hello. Welcome back.
Yes.
Yes.
Hopefully it's better.
Yes. Seems so far indeed. It does.
Better. Still needs 3 minutes, right?
That's actually quite a lot.
Yeah, that's...
What would you do in 3 minutes? Rebooting your
I don't know.
router.
Yeah, I guess that could be it. Usually takes me like a minute, I think, to reboot my router. Maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah.
If you have an internet or computer problems, though, it could be anything. And he just wants to restart everything. Everything must be restarted.
Yeah, I'll restart my computer in between the next 2 games just to see if that works. Not sure, I don't think it does. Actually, but we'll see. I guess I haven't rebooted my computer in a while. No, that's not true. That is definitely not true. It reboots itself sometimes. Stupid automatic updates. But oh well. Waiting for the anti-mage. To be fair, I mean, there is still someone dead for 50 seconds. He could probably control Moon. I mean, we all know what he's gonna do. He's gonna see if he can get some hits on the tower. Then when he forces out TPs, he's gonna blink back. But assuming that maybe VirtusPro wants to really take down his tier 1 tower, which is still on full HP, or again on full HP I should say, with a train protector there, maybe Moon can actually take down the tower. What do you reckon?
I don't know if he's going to be able to take it down. He can do some damage. They are pretty far. Are any of them porting back already? Yeah, Darkseer's already porting back, but it's all the way to the fountain, I think. It's hard to tell when it's paused. You can't see the animations.
It is. He is, yeah,
He has no man. It's got to be to the fountain.
That's also where the sound is. Like, if you go to the fountain of VirtusPro, you hear the TP.
Oh, yeah. Right. Ugh. I hate pauses.
Yeah.
They're so weird. So yeah, we'll see. he's able to get there in time, he get a little bit of mana and then kind of mess with the creep wave and probably be fine. He has to be careful if he has low, like, no mana, because he might just die.
Yeah. Alright, you just hear a little bit of beep boops as well in there. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience, people. I hope it's gonna be fixed for the next game. I'm gonna reboot stuff. As I hope that VirtusPro or Starladder allows me to. So of course, don't really get that much time in between games, especially not if we're gonna be delayed with stuff.
It looks like Skype might be me.
Oh, now that would help a lot. That would be basically everything on Twitch side.
Alright, I'm gonna take any of the pause to restart my router.
Okay.
So I'll be right back.
Okay, good. And that's something that he can do. I cannot do that because then, I mean, you wouldn't be able to see something and then you will leave. I don't want you to leave. I like having you here. Oh well, I am now actually in oh god, sorry, I'm just gonna try to remove the sound from the game so we don't hear Land of Heaven's TP. But we are, I'm in in Twitch, otherwise I won't see you. I'm in contact with Twitch right now, so that maybe they can put me to a different server. As probably a lot of you know that there was a lot of issues with the Twitch delay server since they changed the high, low, medium source thing last Thursday or last Wednesday or something, and since then the delay service for me has not been that ideal. Oh well, we are having the reconnect. That's what the Russian word was right there. The reconnect for the anti-mage will be there. And the go signal has been given by NS. Let's see. Yeah. Oh no, wait for Power Rangers. Not yet, quite just there yet. Anti-mage will on pause when he is ready. And we'll see if that's gonna be enough. There's the on pause, and then we're gonna see Light of Heaven actually TPing out. Tier 1 tower is still standing. Looks like they're gonna just let us stand. And Moon.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Let's see how far I can get. We already have Darkseer, of course, who TP towards the base. The fortification will be used. Moon will probably force to blink away, and let's see if G can actually catch him out. I mean, he is trying to maybe cut off a path towards him. That could be a possibility. And we'll see if he can get there. Goes for Ancients first right now, though. We're also still waiting for Knaz to be back, waiting for his router to reset. But he should be here. 2k gold in his inventory. I'm gonna assume that he still wants the Manta style, but only time will tell. So it's a standard item, to be fair. So I think for now it's a safe assumption to make. We have Train Protector almost ready with a mechanism, something that is also built, I believe, by VirtusPro, already ready actually by Light of Heaven, who is now going for a Aghanim Scepter, which is interesting considering that, well, it's actually very nice against the Shadow Fiend, but Shadow Fiend already has a BKB, so making copies of him will be tough because he'll walk through the wall with his BKB turned on, but that's, well, really the only reason you can go for an Aghanim right now, to just copy the Shadow Fiend and maybe copy the Anti-Mage at some point as well, who managed to pick up an Ultimate Orb, so indeed, it is the Manta style, and actually Moon has got himself Cheshire Cat right behind him. Goblik already there. He's not the right target to last two though, because if he goes down, he has borrow time and will be kept up. So not really a good target to try and initiate on. There's a J4 looking for BKB. I mean, he's playing as support. Went for a lot of bracers, of course, as well, as we already see. But the thing that he wants to do at some point in this game is once he picks up his Nova, he can just run around and have his Nova on, his Edict on, and with a BKB turned on, he doesn't really have to be worried about anything apart from the cooldown slow. And welcome back as Anti-Mage goes down on the bottom lane. He tried to farm Ancients again. And Relocate was there as well. As a Dream Coil and the Silence couldn't get away. Hello?
Yeah, so
There you go.
100% of his deaths have occurred at the Dire Ancients in this
Yep.
game. Not really what you want to be doing, but hopefully it sounds better now. It looks like
Yes.
anything that was going on with my internet looks like it was cleared up. Just need a modem restart, I guess. They're chasing down Power Rangers here in the Dire Jungle. I don't think they're going to get anyone, though.
Oh, and we Cheshire Cat. He does still have Firefly though. Has a 4-staff and Blink there as well, so very mobile. Ooh, maybe they can find someone on the top lane. J4 already picks the easy way out. ZXC, he has got a BKB, he's got a TP scroll as well, but if he wants to use it, he has to use it fast. In comes a Blink from G. Doesn't have a Dream Coil, but does have a Silence if he can get in range, and of course also has a nice way of cancelling the TP perhaps. Nope, never mind that. They're not gonna go for it.
Mask of Madness, too fast.
Too fast indeed. And Living Armor, I mean the chase would be quite long if you want to try and go for that. And I think if Skype's working again, then we can definitely blame Twitch delay servers, unfortunately, once again.
Yeah, that was on my end, definitely. I started having packet loss at the very least, so I went for a restart, and it looks like it was better. Hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, it's looking still like a pretty close game, but the advantage is still on the side of Power Rangers, and I think the kind of burden is on VP to make something happen here, because Anime is kind of a ticking time bomb for them.
Yeah, and he ticks fast. I mean, he got picked off twice, and that's a very good job for VirtusPro, but it's not enough to actually shut down an anti-mage. He's still second highest on farm compared to the Shadow Fiend, who has been, of course, involved in quite a bit of kills already. I mean, he's been in 6 out of the 7 kills, which is quite decent for Shadow Fiend. And he's not done just yet. He's actually by himself right now on the top lane, up against Light of Heaven, who has got 2k gold at the moment. You can't go on a battle with ZXC at the moment. Light of Heaven realizes that. ZXC just, I mean, he can take down a tower so fast with also the Mask of Madness with that attack speed. It's quite insane.
Yeah, he just does so much damage right now to this tower, and of course the minus armor aura affecting the tower as well, but I think they're going to be able to get it down. There are heroes from VP coming up towards this top lane very slowly, but it's not really working yet.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh, slowly the tower will also go down. That's going to be tier 2 picked off. Shadow Fiend with the last hit.
Top tower has
Living Armor will give him just the strength to just stick around as well. It's actually going to deny the creeps coming in. Oh, Light of Heaven able to sneak one in. Nice.
Moon is in the Roche pit at the moment, and they're going to go for it, looks like.
With the blast, he can definitely do that. He is also very close to that Manta Cell, just almost with his Yasha ready. Just needs a couple of 100 gold. In the meantime, any point that VirtusPro is going to try to take the Roche or defend the Roche, ZXC and Cheshire Cat are going to make a stand here on the top lane. They're going to make a case of maybe trying to take down a tier 3 tower. So very nicely played for Power Rangers. And very strong. VirtusPro seemingly just, you know, driven in a corner. And how are they going to be jumping out of this corner? Because I don't really see it at the moment.
Well, they're going to start now, yeah.
Relocate coming in as well. They want to take down Cheshire Cat. They will be able to do so. Tries to fly away. Won't be able to do it. Says ZXC running for his life. Already has got the Mask of Madness. Downside is that he will take a bit of extra damage if they do reach him. He also still has his BKB. Can try to BKB TP out perhaps. He runs for it though, and he runs fast enough. I mean, as long as he's being chased, which right now is not being chased anymore, of course it buys Moon extra time to take down the Roshan. And he did take down the Roshan, gets the Aegis, and gets out of the Roche pit.
Yeah, so that continues to be very good for Power Rangers, and it's just the way that their lineup is working right now. Shadow Fiend's really big, so he demands an answer. And while they're busy trying to deal with him, Anime just farming top lane. ZXC's going for it.
Yeah, oh, BKB TP out. The wise choice. But again though, I mean, 5 heroes in the Dire Jungle just because there was one hero of Power Rangers in there. And that means that the rest of Power Rangers is getting a lot of freedom to do whatever they want. In terms of Moon, he is just play pushing happily away. I mean, at some point this tier 3 tower will drop. And there's no living armor up on the side of VirtusPro, so these towers are not getting healed up again.
Yeah, it's a good point that living armor and its effect on towers as well. This tier 1 in the mid lane is almost at full health still for Power Rangers, and living armor really helps that. You just toss it on a tower whenever you have the opportunity, and it's hard to really do anything against that. They don't have a great pushing lineup on VP, so they're kind of just forced to farm and eventually hope that they take these team fights, but Power Rangers are just avoiding it. and they're keeping the pressure on in multiple places, forcing them to answer them all over the map. And it just feels like VP can't really mount the resistance they need to.
Yeah, next to that, I kind of think like VirtusPro, in theory, they only have one real core for late game, which is something that we haven't seen in a while, as a relocate is able to take down the Shadow Fiend, by the way. That's a nice pickup for sure. Not able to turn on his BKB in time this time to try and TP out. But the gyrocopters, relocate, bottom lane actually, want to try and do something, but everybody's already left. They're gonna try and take them to tower. Living Armor's already there though. Good luck with that. Yeah.
Yeah, while they're doing this, the tier 3 bottom's down.
Whoa, anti-mage. Mantle Staff for the win. Light of Heaven not able to stop that by himself.
Yeah, it's... they're just not really getting anything done. That tower mid now is at full health, or 2 HP below full health. It actually gained HP on that trade. So Living Armor, definitely a balanced spell, and they lose their tier 3 bottom now, so anti-mage is going to continue farming that Radiant jungle, split pushing that lane, and now they're exposed barracks. So letting him just have free reign is that much worse.
Yeah, and IO picked off here by a lasso. Just Cheshire Cat there helped out a little bit by the Treant, even though he wasn't really all that needed. Cheshire Cat solo kill up on the IO. 8 for 8 is the kill score right now. But still VirtusPro, they're trying to find answers, but they're finding answers. They have to find answers up against and split push from the anti-mage and Shadow Fiend, who's pretty big. And at the same time the pickoffs. Okay, that's gonna be a way to deal with things. Yeah, a desperation rapier. Resolution, yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Is that the answer to all the things I just said?
It's an answer. I don't know if it was necessary yet. I think he could have gone a safer, more consistent build. It might work. If they're able to get the team fights, they're that much stronger now. Just a couple heroes caught in a dream core, and those heroes are probably dead with the Flat Cannon Rapier, but if he dies now, the game's over.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. Shadow Fiend with a Rapier is definitely not a pretty sight. Unless you're, of course, fan of the Shadow Fiend with the Rapier, which case, I mean, Blood and Destruction, then it would be a pretty sight.
Yeah, I mean, if you love to watch Shadow Fiend just destroy people, then yeah, it's pretty good to see Shadow Fiend with the Rapier. Otherwise, it's not so good if you're a VP fan.
And he actually is showing it right now. We haven't seen a ping just yet. We have actually Deadless up on the Shadow Fiend. When will I see it is the question. I mean, there's no way that Resolution is going to be by himself anymore at this point, right?
I feel like they probably noticed. Yeah, Resolution can't afford to get picked off. He always has to have someone with him. And they're going to port back, it looks like.
Yeah, they're going to try and take this fight. Moon in the fight as well. In comes already the burrow time. Goblek tries to slow everybody down, trying to get the vision. He's getting healed back up to full by his burrow time, but completely out of mana. No more shields, no more Goblek.
I wonder if NS was trying to pull Gyrocopter back with him. He used Relocate, but he didn't bring anyone with him.
Ouch. I think he was aiming for Resolution. Buyback from Goblek, looking for Lasso. Cheshire Cat already in a lot of trouble. He goes a vacuum inside the wall. Cooldown comes down as well. Is it enough? Is it enough? The Flat Cannon, it hurts, but it is not enough to kill off anybody just yet. Maybe they get the Treant. He makes himself invisible though, and there's no detection coming off from VirtusPro. TP out by Treant, who is safe. Yeah, who is indeed safe? No more spirits.
No.
Oh, he's not safe. The tether stun kind of stopped his TP out.
They could see the teleport animation, I think, and so they knew where he was and tether stun him.
The spirits! NS! Oh, so close.
I don't even know what's going on right now. They're just trying so hard. And, like, I don't know what Line of Heaven's... Is he happy that they got that stun off, or sad, or is he, like, complaining about his team? It's hard to tell.
VP Gaming, yep.
VP Gaming.
Well, we also have still got the Rapier, and there was really, like, nobody died. Power Rangers just lived.
Yeah, and that was really close to Resolution just getting completely pulled out by the blink in from Batrider. He was just out of range of that lasso. If he gets caught there, he probably dies immediately.
Yeah.
And with that, at least the barracks mid are going down. I'd be surprised if the barracks bottom weren't gone as well.
If not more. I mean, if they lose the Rapier, I think that's gonna be hell to pay. But VirtusPro so far, I mean, maybe a bit of a warm-up before going up against the previous VirtusPro players, of course, Poseidon, which is the game that they are playing next. But right now, they're not looking as sharp as I was expecting them to be. I think a lot of people were... I mean, I saw someone in chat saying earlier, 70 or 81% was voting for VirtusPro this matchup.
Yeah, on Dota 2 Lounge, I think it's 81-19 in favor of VP. Yeah, it's 81-19. So that's what they're talking about, and it's a huge upset. But realistically, we saw VP the other day, and they won their game, but they looked real sloppy doing it. So I'm not super surprised by this.
Ooh, lasso up on Goblak, no shields. They go for resolution. Resolution picked off. Rapier on the floor. Moon with the rapier. And right now, everybody drops on VirtusPro with only an IO to tell the tale of the mass destruction that was happening in that middle lane. And Ness, he's gonna get Zep back towards the middle lane, but I don't think that Power Rangers cares. They've got a rapier. They have got no creep wave though. Well, who cares about backdoor protection?
They have a rapier. They don't need. There's no backdoor protection on the 2-3. So
Who cares? Indeed.
I mean, the barracks are gonna be there, but like whatever.
Fortification.
It'll buy some time, but they have 30 seconds for the gyro, 20 or so for the Darkseer, and that's going to be all of their barracks gone pretty much instantly.
Yeah, I think that Moon is pretty happy that, I mean, he didn't even have to farm that, but look at his net worth right now. He is almost 10k higher than his teammate.
Well, getting a free 6,200.
That does help.
helps.
That does help for sure. Yeah. Unless there's gonna be another rapier purchased by the gyrocopter, or unless they can kill off the anti-mage again, I don't see them winning this. Mega creeps are there.
Yeah, and they have a tier 1 up mid. So they have to fight through 3 towers just to be able to run up the mid lane and get to the tier 4s. They have to kill 5 towers before they can kill the Ancient. That's not gonna happen through Mega Creeps.
And this monkey, he can actually buy another rapier soon. The GG called. VirtusPro lose themselves a game, so both of the teams now going to a 1-1 score in StarSeries Season 7. And I think that a lot of people will be sad for their rares, but that 19% is rich beyond imagination.
Yeah, that's 20.7 rares if you bet 4. That's that's a lot of rares. I'm sure people will be particularly pleased with themselves if they went for the long shot bet. But I don't even know if it was necessarily a long shot. Power Rangers looked really good during the tech labs.
Yeah, they did.
The beginning of this week. So
I think they got confused by yesterday. I mean, yesterday there were some issues with Power Rangers, but you know, that wasn't really a showing of how they normally play.
yeah, that's true. If anyone was thinking maybe they were some really scrub team from yesterday, maybe they're proving those doubters a little wrong today.
Yep. Well, we're gonna jump ourselves to the next game. It is Poseidon taking on VirtusPro. Let's see if VirtusPro is a little bit more lucky in their next game. Stick around.